Alright, hi guys. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to listen to some of the notes on the exponent rules. I'm going to redo a couple of the problems from the notes today so you can listen to them again and again if you need to. Remember on the front where we went over the rules for exponents, we were reviewing them. Anytime you have an exponent next to the parenthesis, it's telling you to distribute that exponent through to every single item inside, to every exponent inside. So the 4 actually has an exponent of 1, so 1 times 3 is 3, so we end up with 4 cubed. Then a to the negative 1, so negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. 3 times 5 is 15. So we're only going to the exponents. And then we have 3 times 3 on the C, so I get negative 9. Anytime there are negative exponents, that means they're going to have to go across a fraction bar from their current location. So really, this is all written over 1. So we need to be moving some things, and some things are going to stay put. 4 to the third, well, 3 is a positive exponent, so we're going to leave it in place. But 4 to the third is 64, so I'm going to simplify it to be written as 64. A to the negative 3, we cannot have negative exponents, so it needs to go opposite where it's at, which means it's going to go to the bottom, and the exponent becomes positive. All right, then b to the 15, 15 is positive, so it's going to stay on top. So we're going to keep the b to the 15 on top. C to the negative 9, we cannot have the negative exponent. That means it has to cross the fraction bar. So C to the positive 9 will now be on the bottom. And that's going to be your final answer for this one. We don't have anything else left to reduce. So we're just going to take it, and that's the end of that. Let's look at 18 right below it. So it's already starting off as a fraction, so I'm going to give myself this fraction bar to work with. So I start on the left. I've got numbers on the left. 32, and the fraction, remember, is division. 32 divided by negative 8. That does simplify down to actually a negative 4. And it will be on top. Then, whenever we're dividing exponents, we are subtracting them. So what I was telling you was the easiest way, so you don't have to worry about moving them in case you end up with a negative exponent, is just look, where are there more x's? There are more x's on top, and you're actually going to do this subtraction. There's more x's on top by 2, so that means I'm going to have x squared on top. Where are there more y's? Well, there's 2 on the top and only 1 on the bottom, so there's more on top by 1. And where are there more z's? 5 on top, only 2 on the bottom, so there's more on top by 3. Ended up not having anything left over on the bottom of this one, but that's okay. So that's going to be my final answer. All right. Number 21. That was the one you elected to do first in the notes because it looked pretty ugly, but we'll take a look at it. Remember, when you have an exponent next to a parenthesis, it means you must distribute that all the way through with multiplication. So the negative 6 actually has an exponent of 1, so this is going to be negative 6 squared. Take the 2 to a to the 5th, and it becomes a to 10. And then 2 to b to the 1st will become b squared. I don't have anything to do to the bottom, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring this down. A7, b, and I haven't done anything yet over here. There's nothing to distribute or simplify yet. So now when I look at my fraction, negative 6 squared is actually a positive 36, because negative 6 times negative 6. So for the interest of space, I'm just going to write this in for you, that we have 36 there. 36 divided by 12, it does reduce. 12 goes into 36 3 times in itself once. Then we're dividing our exponents on with our a's. There are more a's on top by 3, so I'll have a to the 3rd on top. There are more b's on top by 1, so b to the 1 goes on top. So everything in the denominator here canceled, but I still have minus 8a3b. And when I look at this, these are like terms. Their variables are identical to each other. So I can do the math to the coefficients. 3 minus 8 is negative 5. And then the variables come along, A, 3, B. So that's going to be my final answer there. Hopefully this will help you finish your homework. A lot of you got really close in class, so good luck on the rest of it, and see you on Monday.